Welcome to our channel. In this channel, we will learn about the physical quantity and its types. Physical quantity, its types. First of all, what is the definition of physical quantities? See here, quantities which can be measured physically are called physical quantities. The quantities which can be measured in physically, that type of quantities are called physical quantities. For example, length, mass, time, volume, area, weight, density, speed, force, temperature, etc. These all are the belongings to physical quantities. Here length, mass, time, volume, area, weight, density, speed, force, temperature, etc. These all are the measured physically or accurately. That's why these all are belongings to physical quantities. Next, types of physical quantities. Types of physical quantities. Mainly physical quantities are two types. First one is the fundamental or basic physical quantity. Second one, derived physical quantity. Here physical quantities are mainly two types. First one is fundamental or basic physical quantity. Second one, derived physical quantity. Next, what is the fundamental physical quantity? See here, quantities which do not depend on other physical quantities. The quantities which do not depend on other physical quantities, such type of quantities are called fundamental physical quantities. Total fundamental physical quantities 7 are there. First one is the length. Length is the fundamental physical quantity. Mass, second fundamental physical quantity. Time, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, amount of substance. These all are 7 fundamental physical quantities. Once again I am repeating here. First one is the length, second mass, time, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, amount of substance. These 7 are fundamental physical quantities. Except to these 7, remaining all quantities are derived physical quantities. Except to these 7, remaining all fundamental quantities are derived physical quantities. For example, here to measure time we do not involve other physical quantities like mass or length or whatever it may be. When we are measuring the time, we do not involve other physical quantities. That's why time is the fundamental physical quantity. Time is the fundamental physical quantity. When we are calculating the time, we no need not to any other physical quantity. That's why time is belonging to fundamental physical quantity. Next, derived physical quantities. See here, quantities which depend on other. Here, quantities which depend on other physical quantities. Such type of quantities are called derived physical quantities. Here, fundamental physical quantities are exist independently, but derived physical quantities depends on other physical quantities. This type of physical quantities, examples of this type of physical quantities are area, volume, speed, etc. For example, if you take to calculate or to measure the area of rectangle, what is the formula of area of rectangle? Here L into B. The area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Area is the derived physical quantity. Why? Because here area is depends on length and breadth. L and B, the multiplication of LB is nothing but area of rectangle. Here area depends on length and breadth. That's why area is belonging to derived physical quantity. Next one question is there, observe here. Categorize the following into fundamental and derived physical quantities. Among these 5, total they gave 5 quantities. Among these 5, which are belonging to fundamental quantities, which are belonging to derived quantities, which are belonging to derived quantities. When we are observe the solution here, fundamental physical quantity, here only mass belonging to fundamental physical quantity, only mass belonging to fundamental physical quantity. Remaining all 4, weight, density, volume, speed, these 4 belonging to derived physical quantity. Here observe the explanation. Weight is nothing but m into g. Weight is the, what is the formula of weight here? M into g. Here m is the mass of the object, g is acceleration due to gravity. What is the g? This is will learn in next videos. G is nothing but here acceleration due to gravity. That's why here weight is depends upon mass and acceleration due to gravity. That's why weight is the derived physical quantity. Same here density. What is the formula of density? Mass by volume. Mass by volume. Again density depends upon mass and volume. That's why density also belonging to derived physical quantity. Volume. Volume is nothing but LBH or A cube. Again volume also depend on other physical quantities. That's why volume is also derived physical quantity. What is the formula of speed here? Speed is nothing but distance by time. Distance and time are there here. That's why speed also depends on distance and time. Speed also belongs to derived physical quantity. Here among these 5, only mass is existing independently. Mass cannot be depend on other quantities. That's why only mass is belonging to fundamental physical quantity or fundamental quantity. Remaining 4 are derived physical quantities. Thank you. Next class, next video, we will learn about the units and its types. Units and its types.